Yeah. Welcome to the podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Ben. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe button. That way you're notified every time we go live, baby.
I tell you almost every night, and everything is true.
Laker Nation's new leader is locked in. The Angels are fighting tooth and nail for their playoff lives. And the 49ers, well, let's just say the preseason already got a few shocks, baby. From the hardwood to the diamond to the gridiron. We got it all covered here, baby. Let's roll. Thanks for tuning in, guys. West Coast Triple Play Podcast, baby. Let's get it. Let's get all the news out to you. Let's start in LA. And no, I ain't talking about the Dodger Stadium, bro. I'm talking about the bright lights of Crypto.com arena, where the Lakers are quietly building something dangerous. NBA season countdown, baby, is coming up. We're just weeks away from training camp in late September, and you can already feel it. This team's got an edge, baby. The preseason games in early October are going to be that first test drive before the real things happen mid-October. And opening night, it's at home, baby. Yep. No better way to set the tone than in front of your own crowd, right? Yeah, Lakers opening night are always big, man. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we get to start it off on a 1-0 season here. So we'll see what's up. Luka Dončić locked and loaded, baby. Luka's extension is in the books. So now it's all about the grind, baby. Let's work. His workouts, they're surgical. Running pick and roll drills with Smart and Reeves. Stamina sessions that have him finishing sprints like it's the first minute, man. You know, not the last. The guy's looking leaner, sharper, hungrier. This isn't Luka figuring out the Lakers. This is Luka getting ready to take over, baby. You know, it's kind of rare to see a superstar like this trim down, buy into conditions like this after a big contract. Maybe it's the real Luka coming out. You know what I mean? Transforming, his game, transforming his fitness, trying to be ready, trying to be prepared for the season. We'll see, man. I'm sure it's all gonna pay off in the long run. So we'll see how Luka comes out looking and stuff. Marcus Smart's early impact, and taking over. Marcus Smart is already becoming the heartbeat of this team as well. He's calling out plays, setting defensive tone, and even mentoring Austin Reeves. Word is he's telling guys it's sink or swim season now. That's what it should have already been, That's not talk. Guys are buying into it. It's crazy to see. I remember, Kobe Bryant was always, saying, that dude was a beast. He would always come out and work hard and not play around. He was there at 5 a.m. or something, running drills, running sprints, shots, everything else. That's what helped him improve his game, and that's where he's been. That's what everybody knows him as. Hardworking guy and stuff like that. So what's going on with that roster? Roster battles and trade buzz. On the wing, we got Jake LaRavia, Roddy Fierro, Maxwell Manone. They're all fighting for minutes. It's like musical chairs, except the chairs are covered in gold and purple. And yes, the trade radar is still alive. The trade radar is still alive. Robert Williams III is the big swing, but health concerns make it risky. Other whispers, Walker Kessler, Nick Claxton, maybe even Jalen Duran. If cap magic happens, you know what I mean? We'll see what's up. Let me know what you guys would do, if you guys would make any trades. Thinks the Lakers should gamble on Williams or stay patient. Maybe throw in you know, some picks in there and stuff like that. We'll see what's happening. We'll see what's up. You know, we'll see who we pick up. If not, I mean, the roster's already looking solid as it is. So we'll see where they go. So LeBron is signing for 2025, 2026, as we already know. It appears he's ready to slide into more of a mentor role, trying to mentor Luka, you know, and saying, "Look, this is Luka's team now," and stuff like that too. I think he's on his way out, so he knows what's up. So we'll see if we can get to that ship this season. Don't get me wrong, you know, he's still starting, but it feels like he's laying the groundwork for his next chapter, which is retirement. Whether that's retirement or one more run elsewhere, you know. Let me know what you guys think. You guys think this is his last year? You think he's gonna continue on in 2026? You know, but you know, some people think he's gonna be continuing elsewhere. 2026, you know, is quietly in the back of everybody's mind, I'm sure. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Is he retiring in the purple and gold, or is he gonna go somewhere else? You know, they were saying he was trying to go somewhere else, but we'll see. We'll see what that happens. See what happens. So this team is leaner, meaner, and knows exactly what it wants to be. Two-way, gritty, and unafraid of the grind. If they hit stride early, we could be talking about a deep run before Christmas. But we'll see. Hopefully we get there, man. You know, I got hopes for this Lakers team this year, man. You know, but we'll see what's up. Onto the grid, onto the Angels, bro. Now let's head down the freeway to Anaheim, where the Angels are balancing between contenders and pretenders, bro. Every single series right now is playoff baseball, and they got to take it serious. They got to come out and they got to swing, bro. Swing for the fences. Play that small ball. Do what we got to do. You know, crucial series ahead right now. This weekend, they host Seattle, division rival who could crush or boost their playoff hopes in the series. And then next week on the road in Texas, yeah, that's the Rangers. The same squad chasing the same wild card spot. Let me know what you guys think, you know. History of coming up short in big series. Why you feel it's different or doesn't feel like it's different. You know, some people, you know, you know what? Honestly, I want to say that, you know, I had a lot less hopes that the Angels would be doing anything this year. So where they're at right now, I'm kind of excited, kind of happy that they're where they are right now. You know, so, you know, I didn't expect much from them this year, but they're kind of proving me wrong, but then proving me right at the same time. Because, you know, in these big series, we got to win. We come up short all the time, but we'll see what happens. You know, Mike Trout is still Trout, you know, stringing together multiple hit games like clockwork. Taylor Ward, 6 home runs, 20 RBIs just this month. And then Kenley Jansen, vintage form, 8 saves and a sub 2.50 ERA in August. That's crazy, huh? And then Trout's leadership, man. You know, it's quieter than most superstars, but still it's effective, you know. Just, I mean, I couldn't imagine how it is to have Mike Trout out there on your team, bro, you know? Playing next to Mike Trout or even in that same lineup with Mike Trout. You know, it's probably crazy, you know? But Christian Moore, you know, he's back from the IL, but still shaking off the rust. Obviously, he was out a couple weeks. I don't know if a month or 2. But yeah, anyways, Chad Stevenson is in similar spot. Good contact, but not enough damage. You know, sometimes it's kind of hard for these players to find rhythm, you know, after coming back mid-season or coming off of the IL or, you know, stuff like that. You know, even with Mike Trout, you know, I've seen it with Mike Trout this year. You know, he's had a lot of more, you know, swinging at balls, you know, out of the zone and stuff like that. You know, getting in his rhythm, getting those hits, getting those, you know, those home runs. I'm kind of surprised where he's at as far as home run is concerned, you know. But yeah, as far as hits and stuff like that, putting the bat on the ball, a lot of people look at it and it's like, well, man, why can't he do it? Why can't he just hit the ball? Yeah, it's not that simple, man. These guys go through years and years of training to get everything down, to be able to hit a small ball, 90, 100-mile-an-hour fastball, 60-something mile an hour changeup or curveball, slider. It's a lot of break to these balls, a lot of movement and so forth. So it's not, it's not like everyone's throwing fastballs right down the middle, letting you hit it. But like I said, if you're not into the sports, you never played the game. Some people don't know exactly what it takes and the dedication and training it takes to actually hit a baseball. But yeah, what they need to do, man, they got to win the head-to-head against Seattle and Texas. The bullpen has to hold, guys like Chafin, Garcia, Burke can't afford meltdowns. And the rotation, Kikuchi's been solid, bro. He's been putting up solid numbers. But Tyler Anderson and Hendricks need to eat innings to keep the bullpen fresh. If you were Phil Nevin or how to manage the bullpen in these next 2 weeks, how would you do it? It's crazy. People as you're a fan and you're watching the game, you're like, man, this guy's giving up hits, this guy's giving up runs. Why ain't they taking him out? It's just sometimes, you gotta have confidence in your pitchers, in the good and in the bad. You gotta come out, give them confidence, let them know that you trust in them working out of these situations. But sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But in those cases, you gotta know, okay, he's struggling. I don't think he's gonna make it out of this inning. It's time for me to pull him, get him out of there. But when that time is, when is the right time? You may be asking, but there's never a right or a wrong answer to that. Just because you don't know, For example, I've been, man, it's killing me. Some of these umpires, bro, they be calling balls when it's coming right over the plate, right down the middle, hitting that corner. And then it never fails, bro. I've seen it. I saw it in the Angel game, and then I saw it in the Yankees game. Guy would have been struck out, or would have been in a 3-2 or 2-2 count, where he ends up in a 3-1 count, and then he ends up putting that ball in play and scoring, possibly scoring some runs, which is what happened. So it's just it's just baseball, man. I guess you can win or you can lose at any time, But anyways, clubhouse vibe, guys. You got Trout. He said it best. Every day is a reset button. The energy is gritty, focused. This isn't just a group playing out the schedule. They're swinging or something, Yeah, so them vibes, Mike Trout, he's got all that mindset. He's got that leadership, in the bullpen to try to get these young guys, pushing through how he used to push through back in his days, So now he's the veteran, he's the leader of the team, so he's got to come out. He's got to influence these young kids, these young guys coming up. So the Angels are standing at the playoff cliff's edge, bro. The next 2 weeks could define the next 2 years. Simple as that. And hopefully we get rid of Artie Moreno, man. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you guys like the ownership or not. I know Artie Moreno's been around a while, but doesn't make it right, man. He needs to go. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. All right, Niner faithful. It's preseason, baby. And we already have storylines flying left and right. Who did good, who didn't? Roster moves. We recently signed running back Jeff Wilson Jr. He's back to patch up a backfield wrecked by injuries to Amir Abdullah, Isaac Guerrero, and Jordan James. On the D line, Michael Dufour is in. Eli Apple's out. That's right. Apple was with the team for just 2 weeks. God dang. Eli Apple's short stay, bro. Make it, you know. He knew had time to grab a cup of coffee and stuff like that, you know. It's crazy. You know, but it's business, you know. Who was those other? We had other receivers and stuff like that. They came in, they signed them for 1 day. Next day they were gone, baby. You know, that's part of business. That's what happens, you know. You get signed 1 day and be cut the next day. So these injuries rundowns, bro. You know, you still got Jawan Jennings still dealing with that calf strain. Brandon Ayuk, obviously his ACL, MCL rehab is ongoing. Rookie first rounder Michael Williams hyperextended his knee in practice. You got Juszczyk, you got Calvin and Gibbons are all questionable for week 1. So we'll see. You know, I know for Ayuk, I don't think he's not gonna be back. Probably for, I would say, my guess is gonna be around game 6 of the season. Let me know what you guys think. What game do you guys think he's gonna be back for? Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna be ready for the first 4 or 5 games. That's just my guess. You know, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, preseason recap, bro. You know, versus the Denver Broncos. I mean, you can call it what it is. It's just, to me, it's, you know, kind of practice. It's a casting call to see who's gonna step up and fill in for these guys. Yeah, it was a 30-9 loss, but there were bright spots. You know, Junior Bergens lit up the return game. Jordan Watkins made a 50-yard grab that set up for a lone touchdown, and cornerback Chase Lucas was everywhere, bro. 8 tackles, a safety pressure, and a pass breakup. But yeah, these preseason stars, man, these guys matter. But yeah, or even, you know, shouldn't even overreact. You know, like I said, some of these stars obviously are you know, Mac Jones came in, did his thing, and then was out pretty much for the rest of the game. And then we got the rookie quarterbacks coming in. You know, they're just trying to come in, trying to solidify that third QB spot for them, you know. But yeah, like I said, I don't play too much into the preseason games because that's what it is, preseason. Nothing matters, nothing's counting. We're just keeping our stars, you know, out of these games so they don't get injured, you know. But yeah, D Winters is looking like a Dre Greenlaw successor. Rookie CJ West, Michael Williams, pre-injury was flashy early, you know. On the flip side, you know, Corey Kiner, Spencer Buford had chances to step up, but needed big preseason moments to seal roster spots. Man, that prediction, you know, you got that. We got to under the radar players will make the 53 man roster. You know, you don't want to be the last one getting cut, bro, last minute. So, you know, these preseason games are crucial for some of these young guys, for some of these guys that haven't solidified that starting rotation or even in that depth chart. But what we got to look ahead, bro. We got Brock Purdy is probably resting for the next preseason game. Expect Mac Jones to start. Then Bradley Carter and Tanner Mordecai late. With Wilson Jr. back, we'll get a better sense of the run game depth and keep your eyes on Watkins and Bergens. Both could earn real regular season snaps. We'll see. Yeah, but I think Watkins is going to be doing pretty good for us, man. I think he's going to be a good, you know, third down receiver. Number 3 receiver. Yeah, let me know who you guys think. Who were you guys seeing impressing in these preseason games, or are you like me? It doesn't really matter, They're just trying to get a roster spot and so forth. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who you like, who you think is gonna be battling for some of them roster spots. Let me know. So the Niners are banged up, but there's real competition for spots. If the young playmakers keep popping, this roster could be deeper than it looks right now, baby. We'll see. I hope so. Nothing better than having a good, solid, deep roster, But yeah, guys, so with that, we got 3 teams, 3 different storylines. The Lakers are sharpening their blades. The Angels are fighting for survival. And the 49ers are figuring out who's got the juice when the lights come on, baby, West Coast Triple Play Sports never slow down, baby. And never will we. I'm Ben. I'm your host. West Coast Triple Play, baby. We'll catch you guys on the next one. We out, baby. Keep it West Coast, baby. Love you guys. Thanks for subscribing. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Catch you guys on the next one, baby. We out. Peace.